You know, when I wrote that article about terror and torture and trial in Chicago, one of the things they discussed was processes of torturing people. And one of the ways that you torture people is you get them to repudiate everyone they know. And then after you get them to repudiate everyone they know, you get them to repudiate themselves. You recapitulate and recharacterize their past life, their past accomplishments, things they did, as being shameful. And then after you shame them, then you get them to engage in self hatred. And after they take on a certain level of self hatred, you try to get them to perform as a caricaturization of who they used to be. And if you include sexual gratification as a form of behavioral training, and if you include drugs as a way to relieve the physical torture and or to heighten the mental sensibilities as a way to compensate for the degradation that happens without the high, then you can compound this process of psychological exploitation and attempted reprogramming. Now, if you introduce directed energy weapons and that person doesn't have a technical foundation for understanding how the use of directed energy weapons can impact them biophysiologically and how those biophysiological responses can impact their emotional state, including their exhibitions of particular behaviors, then you can potentially convince them they have a mental illness. But if you allow for and make it a part of your understanding of the rights of your people and your self defense paradigm and your national defense paradigm, to educate people in the technical skills necessary to understand the machinations behind the use of this weaponry, as well as an understanding and sense of self so that they cannot be shamed by misrepresentations and slanders against them, then you have a very different context, and one in which mental health and mental illness, especially without demonstrating the capacity to identify it in the context of the realities of the actual conditions, it's a lot of fraud. Is this who I am to you? You don't want to believe that I can represent myself in a court of law, and you refuse to give me anybody to represent me. You know what that tells me? You're not qualified to represent me. And if I'm correct, the unfortunate thing is you may well be involved with prosecution of very important trial, but you use the same tactics as that which you are attempting to accuse. It's very, very important. It's not that I am not that person. It's not that this is not who I am. It's that I'm not you, because I'm not going to do that.